I want to begin and end this video by saying that I truly appreciate all the support I've seen in the last 2 weeks. I know that's what everyone would say, but I mean, this has been incredible, absolutely incredible. I've never experienced something like this before, and the fact that I was wrong in the sense that no one would really care was really interesting and very exciting and good for me. I was very pleased to see that people were actually really interested in what I had to say, what I had to talk about, what I'd learned, and supported me despite disappearing for like 3.5 months. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciated it. Alright, so before we dive right into this, I want to remind everyone that if you are interested in my free book on anxiety or my free workout routine or diet guide or all three, you can sign up on my website at the top, checkbrinkman.com. It'll be linked down below. All you gotta do is click that link, go to the top of the website, type in your email, and once my book and my diet guide and my workout routine are all done, I will send them to you completely free. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A on Instagram and Snapchat very, very soon, probably today or tomorrow, answering a lot of you guys' personal questions that I know I've been saying I would answer and then I never did, but I will also be answering all of your questions in depth, in detail, which is kind of uncomfortable for me, so that's why I'm doing it in my book, which is once again free. And the reason I'm doing it in my book and not in a YouTube video is because it's much easier to be articulate and particular when you're writing a book rather than like a YouTube video that you decide in the moment to film or on an Instagram story. Whereas in my book, I can be very particular, very accurate, and very honest and think about what I'm saying. And so I've put it all there. I know you have a lot of questions as to what's gone on, what's happened, what I've been up to. I've done my best to write about all of it in the book, and it's completely free. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, oh my god, okay, so I already addressed the fact that everyone thought I cheated. I'm not gonna lie, that was certainly the worst part of this entire experience, but there were some other things that went around that I'm deciding to address in this video, because before I come back to the YouTube and before I like really start, you know, putting it into ludicrous mode and flooring it, I would rather, you know, have my name cleared and you have a better understanding. And I plan on doing multiple videos. It just depends on how I feel the day, whether or not I do film. It's like flipping a coin. Like, you know, some days I feel like filming, some days I don't. But cheating texts, okay? No, I didn't do this. I did not type this. I was never sent this. I also don't own an Android, guys. How many times have I had to do prank videos with my phone or film an intro for you guys to realize I own an iPhone, okay? I really prefer iMessage. I like the blue text. I would never be able to do Android. I hardly know anyone that owns an Android. But the thing I want to point out about this is that it is way too particular, and it was way too soon for it to not be someone that was around town. Okay, this wasn't some dude in LA trying to get some clout that started this. This was someone close, someone around here. And I'm not trying to make like, you know, some Scooby-Doo and get in the mystery machine that solved this type of shit, but like this is way too particular, relatively accurate, and also way too soon for this to not have been someone from around here, because at the time that this was starting to be spread, which for one, I didn't even know about this until like a month after it had already spread, but when this was screenshotted, okay, I had just like not posted on Instagram in like 2 weeks. Like no one was assuming that Gabrielle and I had broken up at this point. Everyone just thought I got coronavirus and died, okay? This wasn't, like this, there's no reason for this. No one should have even considered doing this unless they were around town. So at this point, I do think we need to hop in the mystery machine and figure this out, okay? We need to figure this out because someone really tried to ruin my day, okay, by making this, and I do not appreciate that whatsoever. And I know that they were around here, like they were close, either close with Gabrielle or close with me or in between, I don't know. But this is way too particular and way too soon for it to have not been someone around here. So if anyone knows, I have a couple pitchforks and torches. We're gonna go to their house tomorrow. Not really, don't do that. I don't wanna pull a Jake Paul and, what is that, no, what is that called when you like show where someone lives? I have absolutely no idea. It's just too soon. So this is me. This is me talking as if it was me texting. It's just too soon. I like you, but taking a break from Gabrielle and trying to keep up with our YouTube channel is causing me so much anxiety. Once we figure out what we're doing, I can give you an answer, but things are just too complicated right now. For one, I don't type like that, and if anyone, like, I like to think that I'm at least somewhat entertaining when I type. I on occasion use emojis. I also use commas, and I also like to put a period at the end of my sentences. And this is just not how I text. I would never text like this. Even if I was angry, I'd be like too uncomfortable by the confrontation, and I'd like be trying to make jokes in between because that's just how I cope. So this is not me, for one. Duh. Anyways, you've been talking to me for, okay, I'm not gonna talk like that. You've been talking to me for like 3 months, Jack. I'm not really understanding where you're coming from. You guys aren't together. It's not a break, and you've been leading me on for way too long to tell me now that things might not work out with us. Okay, so leading me on for way too long. No, that did not happen. This did not happen. I did not cheat on Gabrielle. I did not talk to another person. I did not have a side chick or some girl, you know, back here waiting. Okay, I didn't do that. Okay, the closest thing to that was I would occasionally play video games online, and there'd be a girl in the lobby, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes their voices would be really pretty, so I'd like think about it a little too much. But other than that, also at this point in time, it was a break. It wasn't a breakup, it was a break. And I'm also writing about what caused the break to become a breakup and what happened in between in my book that is totally free. Once again, hate to be super promotional, but I'm putting a lot of effort into that. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions that I won't be able to answer on this video or on Instagram, and I'd rather answer them in depth in a book. That's down below. I'd appreciate you signing up. I've spent an embarrassing amount of time on my books. I'm not saying things won't work, I'm just saying now isn't the time. Trust me, you're incredible and I like hanging with you, but I don't know, things are just weird for me right now. That just seems so real. Like, I don't blame people for believing this, but it fucks me up knowing that someone from around here did this. Like, if you were, at this point in time, if you were to have seen me, like, the state I was in, I know for a fact that none of my friends would ever do this. Like, none of the people that were around me at the time that knew what was going on and had seen me would ever consider doing this. Like, whatsoever. I just don't understand what someone would have to gain from this, because this was so early. You've been, like, you've been talking to me for, like, 3 months, Jack. No. That's just so bizarre to me. If anyone found out that I moved on so quickly, there'd be a problem. I'm really worried about what we're doing with the channel. I'll be honest, what I was doing with the channel and YouTube was not a concern at the time. It just recently became a concern, and anyone that knew me, like, knew what my issues were, knew what I was talking about or what I was so sad about, that talked to me and were around and knew that I did not give two fucks about the YouTube channel at that time. All I cared about was my relationship with Gabrielle, and then myself, because I like certainly needed help at the time. And so, yeah, like, it's just so strange. And I unfortunately don't have the rest of the screenshots. I'm sure there's more. I don't have the context beforehand, or before the screenshot, but at the end it's like, you know, Allison got kind of, you know, intense with it. She got a little heated. This is kind of bullshit. I've waited, like, I can't read the rest, but you know how Allisons get. They're always acting up. No, I did not talk to a girl before Gabrielle and I broke up. I did not cheat on Gabrielle, and these screenshots are indeed fake. Very realistic, very well done. I'm pretty impressed with whoever did it. Very interested in finding out who did it, but it is what it is. I wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to talk about that because there's so much that has gone on. There's so many things that I've had to see and had to read, had to look at, and been constantly reminded of, and I just don't like it. And I want it to be on video or in a book, that it never happened, so that I can move forward and never have to look back or be worried or, you know, be getting comments about what happened here. And I do plan on explaining a lot more on Instagram, Snapchat, and here because I realize I've been slacking, but like I said, guys, like I have to be honest with you. It's just, if I wake up and feel like I can make a video, I will. If I don't, I'm just not gonna do that to myself yet. So that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're interested, I did make a TikTok. That'll be down below. And I also have my free book, my workout routine and diet guide, all for free. All you gotta do is sign up at the bottom of the top of the description, and then at the top of my website. It's very simple. Once again, I've really appreciated like all the support I've seen. I mean, the comments, everything. It's something you can't convey, you know, to a camera, to people that don't really know you personally, but I assure you, it has done a lot of good for me, and I really appreciate you guys a lot. And then now I'm gonna go get Chick-fil-A because I'm hungry and my mouth is dry.